never sell them just to say you have. They be like you when you with it, will never most you will always lie, y'all will never die. Stable as they check, just to keep your eye. Don't stop is better do it now, don't say this. Down for public gas, why you act like this? So stupid, it's public.
Set the kick for the Panthers. Deep kick, handled by number 3 at about the 35-yard line. Looking for running room. Taken down at about the 43. It'll be first and 10.
Green D, let's go!
Eustis offense, they take over first down and 10 and solid field position.
Don't forget to tell your family and friends. Brevard Sports Network. Live on Facebook. Brevard Sports Network. All games are being filmed live on Facebook. Brevard Sports Network. Concession stands open. We got fresh chicken wings in the fryer, cheeseburgers, hot dogs, hamburgers, ice cold Coca-Cola, cold peanuts. Don't forget the cheese fries. We got Gatorade, Coke, Diet Coke, Mountain Dew, root beer, Dr. Pepper. Eustis gets the ball at about the 44-yard line. Number 7 brings up the line, handoff up the middle. Gain of about 4 or 5 on the play.
Panthers at their own 48-yard line. Apologize for the sound there, but we are up here for the 10U game between the Space Coast Panthers and the Eustis Panthers. Second down and 6 for Eustis at their own 48. They fake the end around, but the quarterback trying to get around. Number 7 throws a stiff arm, trying to get around the edge, but he'll be wrapped up and brought down for a loss of about 4. Or a loss of 3. Third down and 9. Eustis at their own 45. Third down and 9 now for Eustis. Or third and 10 at their own 44. Quarterback turns, gives on the end around here, trying to cut it back upfield. But the Space Coast Panthers defense get him for a big loss. Another great Space Coast Panthers defensive unit here. Number 35 brings him down, Weston Mullins. Now fourth down and 14 for Eustis at their own 40-yard line. And we got whistles here. Timeout Eustis, they're first of the game here, first of the first half. Early here in the first quarter, ahead of fourth down and 14, as they will talk it over and see what they need to do for this. So now I have a timeout on the field. Fourth down and 14. Eustis at their own 40. Fourth down, 14. Eustis at their own 40. First drive of the game. So here we have 4th and 14. Eustis going for it. Flags down before the play. And this will back Eustis up more, I believe. Yeah, false start on Eustis. That'll make it 4th down and 19 here to start the game for Eustis. And this one is going to be a tough one to start against a tough Space Coast defense. 4th down and 19. All the way back to their own 35. Got to get all the way to the Space Coast 46. 4th down and 19. Eustis going for it at their own 40 or 35. Here they go. They're going to try and run it. But the Space Coast defense in there immediately for the tackle. Number 35 again, Weston Mullins. And now Space Coast takes over with great field position for their first drive. 1st down and 10. Space Coast at their own, or now at the Eustis. At the Eustis 32-yard line. 1st down, Space Coast. That's a big tackle for loss gain there. First down and 10. First drive of the game for Space Coast. Starting at the Eustis 32. Here we go. 1st down and 10. Eustis in the shotgun. They turn give. Number 21 on the carry. Number 21 gets to the outside. Good blocks. Breaking tackles down the sideline. Finally wrapped up inside the red zone. Corey Stokes on the carry. And that will be a Space Coast 1st down inside the red zone. First down, Space Coast to the Eustis 16. That's a gain of 16 on 1st down. Nice way to start their game off here. They get the stop. Now they're looking to get the score. 1st down and 10 at the Eustis 16. Quarterback in the gun, number 5, Jackson Pilecki. They're going to run it to the near side, getting around the edge. One man to beat, cutting it up, trying to get it in. And he's down at the 1 there on a gain of 15. Aiden Weaver on the carry. 1st and goal now for Space Coast. 1st and goal, Space Coast at the 1. Hey, we saw in the last game, scoring from the 1-yard line can be easier said than done. And there's a snap. They turn the give to Weaver, and Weaver is in from 1 yard out for the Space Coast Panthers. Touchdown here on their first drive of the game. Aiden Weaver punches it in for the touchdown. Run the split backs there to Weaver back there and Corey Stokes. The quarterback is Jackson Pilecki. They do a good job there. Hand off to Weaver for the Space Coast touchdown. They jump out to a 6-0 lead here early in the first quarter. So we don't have the clock here. You can see it on your screen. The scoreboard is blank as it was damaged in the hurricane. Man in motion there. Pilecki gives on the jet sweep around the edge, and he gets it in there untouched for the 1-point conversion. Jair Stevens on the end around or the jet sweep for 1. 7-0, a nice start for Space Coast here. In their last game, they didn't score till the second half, and now on their first drive of the game, they punch it in with a 1-yard run for the score and the conversion. 7-0, Space Coast leads here in the Panther Bowl 10U edition. We'll have the 12U following this one. Don't know if that one will be myself or Caleb Brown. Most likely Caleb. So now Space Coast set to kick it away from their own 40. They lead this one in the first quarter 7-0. As here's the kickoff. A solid one returned in the air, caught in the air by number 28. And it'll be converged on and brought down at the stripe of the 50-yard line. So solid starting field position for Eustis. We will see if they are able to do anything with it as they take over at the 50-yard line. First down and 10, Eustis. First down and 10, Eustis at the 50. For the time being, got Jackson Robb on the mic. Jackson Robb, Mr. Producer, man. See how this goes. See my ability to multitask. First down and 10, Eustis from the 50 here. Their first drive ended in a turnover on downs. We'll see if they can best it here. I formation. Straight down the 50-yard line. Number 7, the quarterback rolling. He's going to run the bootleg to the far side. Number 7 trying to turn it upfield. Good job by the Space Coast defense there. Bringing him down only on a gain of 4. Second down and 6 coming up now for Eustis at the Space Coast 46 already here. That'll bring up 2nd and 6 now for Eustis. Actually, 2nd and 7 at the Space Coast 47. Off the first down, scramble by number 7. Now that we are up at 10U, it's 10-minute quarters. Instead of 8-minute that we had in the 8U game. Second down and 7 now for Eustis. Number 7 going to loop to the near side on a bootleg, running very far back. Tries to throw a stiff arm, but he's brought down for a big loss by number 21, Corey Stokes. Brought him down for a big loss there. That is going to bring up third down and long for Eustis as they ran the bootleg very far back, and that's going to bring up a huge loss all the way back to their own 43. Makes it third down and 17. That was a loss of 10 on the play. Third down and 17 now for Eustis. Again, back at their own 43. See what Eustis comes out with here. Definitely want to score on this drive if they can. Still the first quarter, but they trail 7-0. So here we go. Third down and 17. Eustis back at their own 43-yard line. Quarterback gives this time to number 8. The Space Coast defense is on him for another loss of about 4. And that's going to bring up a third down and 20. Third down and 20, or fourth down and 20. Eustis all the way back to their own 40-yard line now. Great pressure and stops here by the Space Coast defense. Fourth down and 20, Eustis at their own 40. It looked like they're going to try and go for it again. Last time that didn't go well, and on 4th and 20, it's going to be difficult. Not impossible, but difficult. 4th and 20. Eustis back at their own 40-yard line. Going to go for it for the second straight drive. Last time they didn't get it. Quarterback turns, gives. Trying to get around the edge. Number 55 is brought down once again by Corey Stokes. No gain on the play, and that is another turnover on downs. First down and 10, Space Coast at the Eustis 40. So Eustis starts at the 50-yard line with great field position, end up netting negative 10 yards and then a turnover on downs. Looks like we have a timeout on the field. Possibly the end of the first quarter. Maybe water break. Either way, we have a break on the field before first down now following the turnover on downs. First down and 10. It is Space Coast now at the Eustis 40, leading 7-0. First down and 10. Eustis, or Space Coast at the Eustis 40. Quarterback in the gun is still Jackson Plecky. And there's a good play there by Space Coast to the near side for a solid gain to number 8. Tracy Boother for a solid gain of about 7. That'll be 2nd and 3. Space goes up to the Eustis 33 on the play there to Boother. We have whistles here. Timeout Eustis. That's their second timeout already here in the first half. Trailing 7-0 early. It'll be a 2nd and 3 coming up after this. I'd like to thank our sponsors again today. Trey's Ice. Holy Smokes K-Ball Construction Group. And Freedom Air and Plumbing. We are doing quite well, I would say, Miss Heather. How are you guys doing? Thanks, everyone, for tuning in here live to the Brevard Sports Network all day. You're live from Space Coast. 2nd down and 3 coming up for Space Coast at the Eustis 33. It's Plecky and Stokes in the backfield. Now just Plecky alone in the empty set. Plecky going to throw the screen to the far side. It's hauled in, and now it's on the receiver. Turning it upfield, down the sideline, turning on the Jets, and he is gone. Touchdown, Space Coast. A 33-yard screen pass for the score. Jackson Plecky to Delvin Smith for the big gain and the Space Coast touchdown. And that is the definition of letting your receiver do his work. Throws the screen pass, and Delvin Smith turned on the burners there with a huge gain and a touchdown. 33-yard screen pass for a score. This game and the last one, we've seen big screen pass touchdowns. They seem like they're successful. Now they're going to go for one once again to try and extend the lead to 14. Plecky and Stokes in the backfield. Plecky turns, gives to Stokes. Stokes cutting back up. And that's a great cut, and that cut leads to the conversion being good. Corey Stokes turns it up through the gap, and that will be a conversion good. So big screen pass on the score by Delvin Smith. Conversion good by Corey Stokes. And with that, it is a 14-0 Space Coast lead still here in the first half. Welcome back, everybody, live following the touchdown. It's a 14-7 Space Coast Panthers lead here early in this one. So Space Coast getting set to kick it away. And there's the kick. It's a squib kick, a bouncer. Got to get picked up here. Number 13 just falls on it. Smart play there. And now Eustis will take over first down and 10 at their own 38-yard line, 39-yard line. And, Eustis got to get in the end zone here soon. They already trail at 14-0. Defense is struggling a little bit. Their offense has got to get something going. Same issue their last team had, the 8U team. Got to get the run game going at least, because the run game just isn't being able to get out of the backfield most times. That's obviously an issue. I believe we should be in the second quarter right about now, if I guess. Not confirmed. First down and 10. Eustis starting at their own 39-yard line. Here we go. First down and 10. Eustis at their own 39-yard line. A little miscommunication here before the play. Got to get the play off. And there's the man in motion, number 8. That's who they give it to on the jet sweep. Number 8 trying to get around the edge, but once again, Space Coast hits him in the backfield, and he maybe gets back up for a short gain. About a gain of 2. Second down and 8 for Eustis, now up to their own 41-yard line. Second down and 8. Eustis at their own 41-yard line now, following the carry. Lucky to get out of the backfield on that one. Second down. Quarterback trying to go for the end around. That's a deep end around. That ball comes out. And that one easily recovered. And a fumble recovery by the Space Coast Panthers. Number 23, Devion Berry with the big fumble recovery for Space Coast. And that one, interesting play design by Eustis. I mean, that was a deep end around where he's just running out with the ball outstretched for someone to come get it. Space Coast said, I guess you're handing off to me at this point, as they knock it out. And Eustis takes their last time out of the half here, I assume in the second quarter. 14-0 Space Coast leads. They pick up the fumble recovery. Now they take over in Eustis territory, the Eustis 35, for another drive with an opportunity to go up by 3 scores already. Head coach for this 10U team is Joe Bamfoth. As we get set, first down. Space Coast at the Eustis 35-yard line. Great field position off the fumble recovery. A chance here to go up 20 or 21-0. First down and 10. Once again for the Space Coast Panthers on offense. Got the big screen pass touchdown last time. We'll see what they do here. Jackson Plecky, the quarterback. Plecky, low snap, picks it up. He's going to pass. Plecky over the top. His man is open. It is caught for a Space Coast first down, a gain of 15. On the reception is number 8, Tracy Boother. I believe there. So Boother with a 15-yarder. 14-yard reception. First down, Space Coast at the Eustis 21, just outside of the red zone here. Dropping back, Plecky throwing over the top, end zone, wide open. The receiver comes down with it. And there's a gain of a solid gain there by number 25, Jair Stevens. Man, if that ball was just probably a foot higher, that one would have been a touchdown, but he had to come down for that one. Solid gain, puts him inside at goal to go. First and goal, Space Coast at the 8. That's a gain of 13. That passing attack getting involved here on this drive every play so far. Plecky in the gun. Jackson Plecky, low snap, stepping up, throwing the screen pass here, cutting back in, trying to get back to the outside there, and dragging defenders is the back who's finally brought down. That is Delvin Smith. He got the last touchdown on the screen. They tried again to the other side. This time he was trailed well, but he still gets a gain of about 3. Second and goal, Space Coast at the 5. Yeah, second and goal, Space Coast at the 5. Plecky and Stokes in the backfield. Jackson Plecky going to drop back here, throwing on the slant route, end zone. Incomplete. 2 guys slanting in the same spot. Goes through both of their hands, incomplete. Third down and goal, Space Coast at the 5. See if Space Coast can punch it in here on third and goal. Man in motion. They'll give it to him on the jet sweep. Cutting it upfield. Finds a gap and he is in. Touchdown Space Coast from 5 yards out. Number 25, Jair Stevens. I believe for his second touchdown of the game. And with that, Space Coast jumps out to a 20-0 lead here in the first half. And what a start for the 10U Panthers of Space Coast. They're going to go for 1 here to extend their lead to 21-0. Man in motion. They give on the jet sweep, coming around the edge. He gets all the way around and in for the conversion is good by number 13, Tucker Baton. And with that, Space Coast leads Eustis 21-0 here in the first half. What a start on homecoming weekend for the undefeated 10U Space Coast Panthers as they look to continue to stay undefeated on the day. 21-0. Uh-huh. 21-0, Space Coast leading now here in the first half. Hot start for them, and yeah, Eustis got to get some offense started because their defense is struggling now to stop the Space Coast Panthers offense. As now Space Coast getting set to kick it away here. And there's the kick. It's one that will bounce down and out of bounds. That is a penalty. Kick out of bounds will set up Eustis with solid field position once again. They've had it on every drive, just the result hasn't been there. Represented with the 0 on the scoreboard. It's still in the first half. It's just I think Space Coast in proportion has been pretty big. It's true. This is 10U, so give or take about 4 or 5 years, and these kids will be in high school somewhere around the county. And you know, we got plenty of youth football talent across the county at West Melbourne, here at Space Coast, at Rockledge, at Satellite. And, you know, wherever Century Vieira, and many others. Timeout here by Space Coast, their first of the half. But, yeah, the high school talent, it's never ending. It's a pipeline for most schools. They all have one. And then it's kind of a recruiting pitch, especially with, where some of these teams are, where teams like Satellite or Century Vieira, they're kind of next to the high school. Teams like Space Coast, you got Titusville. You're going to have the teams like Astronaut, Space Coast, and other teams around the area. Same thing for teams like West Melbourne down there. They're going to have Palm Bay going after them, and Melbourne and Bayside and Heritage. And so, that's where it gets interesting, right? That's why youth football is so important. It's where all this talent comes from. Most kids don't just pick up football in high school. And the ones that do aren't on varsity, I'll tell you that. Weather, again, great for football today here at Space Coast. First down and 10 now. Eustis at their own 40 following the kick out of bounds. Here we go. First and 10. Eustis at their own 40. Quarterback turns, gives it number 8. Number 8's got some space there on the left side. But the Space Coast defense drags him down there after a solid first down gain of about 7. That'll bring up 2nd and 3. Guessing that'll be Eustis' last timeout. I already thought they'd taken 3. So I'm guessing that's Eustis' final timeout, or that's a lucky 4th timeout. Doesn't seem like, guessing by how many timeouts are being used, I'm guessing we are right at the end of the first half. 2nd down and 3 now for Eustis at their own 47-yard line. 6 seconds to go in the first half now only. 2nd down and 3 for Eustis. And they would still have to go 53 yards here for a score in what we believe to be 6 seconds to go in the half. And we got whistles and flags before the play. That'll back them up. False start on Eustis. So instead of 2nd and 3, make that a 2nd and 8. All the way back to their own 42-yard line. That's definitely a blow there towards the end of the half when you got to go far already. Making it farther. Yes, we have. And at the end of that 8U game, big run, an 82-yard run, but he gets down to the 1-yard line, and Eustis can't punch it in at the end of the game. So every yard counts. 2nd down and 7. Quarterback turns, gives the number 8, trying to get around the edge. Same play they ran on first down, number 8. Breaking some tackles, he'll pick up a Eustis first down. Up to the Space Coast 47. Timeout by Eustis?
No, defense, sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah. Timeout by Space Coast here. Believe that's either their 2nd or 3rd of the half. First down now for Eustis at their, or the Space Coast now 48-yard line. Believe this is very late in the first half. 21-0 Space Coast leads here in a 10U game. Now first down Eustis at the Space Coast 48. First down and 10. Eustis at the Space Coast 48 late in the first half. First down and 10. Eustis at the Space Coast 48-yard line. Number 7 turns, gives number 55. Number 55 trying to get around the corner, but he'll be dragged down after a short gain on first. That'll bring up 2nd down and about 7. Now at the Space Coast 45. Clock ticking here late in the first half. 2nd down and 7, Space Coast, or Eustis at the Space Coast 45. Whistles. And that is the end of the first half here from Space Coast. Space Coast Panthers lead the Eustis Panthers in a strong first half from Space Coast, 21-0. We will be back in a little bit for the start of the second half. Welcome back, everybody, live to the Brevard Sports Network here from Space Coast. The start of the second half of 10U action. Space Coast Panthers had quite the impressive first half. No points allowed on defense, 21 points put up on offense. With that, they lead it 21-0. With one more touchdown, they will start with the ball. Touchdown, the extra point. If the score gets up to 28-0, we will have a running clock for the rest of the game. But we'll see if Eustis can provide a stop first. And Eustis will be kicking off to start the second half. As Space Coast looking good to remain undefeated here in 10U, but it's got a lot of football to go. Gotta get the chain gang up here to start the second half. And there's the kick. It's an onside kick. And it's still out. I think Space Coast dove on it. Yes, they did. So Space Coast recovers with great field position to start. They started the Eustis 45. I like the onside attempt by Eustis, but that one didn't get far enough at any rate. Yeah. Well, now they set up Space Coast first down and 10 at the Eustis 45. A touchdown and an extra point away from a running clock. And they're 3 for 3 on extra points, but those can be difficult down there running for one. As in, high school, college, NFL, that extra point, the 1 point kick, it's kind of it's just something that most times you expect to make, but here in the youth football, you run for one, and makes it a little bit more difficult. So, not necessarily a shoe-in every time. Neither is a kick PAT, but definitely easier than this. Quarterback keeper here down the sideline, Jackson Plecky. Plecky bouncing back outside. Plecky down the sideline, cutting back. One man to beat. He stays on his feet with a spin move. Jackson Plecky breaking multiple tackles, spinning through tackles. And Plecky with a 45-yard Space Coast Panthers touchdown. And they are one extra point away from the running clock here as they jump ahead 27-0. The homecoming prince, Jackson Plecky, with the touchdown there. Man, he got hit pretty solidly on one of them, and he just spun out of the tackle. 27-0, first play of the second half. Space Coast Panthers looking good here. This team right here reminds me of the Satellite Scorpions 14U team. They both have a big scoreability on offense at any given play. They give here up the middle on the conversion. And this one is no good. As I said, not a shoe-in on the conversion. Aiden Weaver's brought down before the end zone, so we stay at a normal clock. 27-0. Space Coast leads. So now Eustis will get the ball here to start the second half. Must score drive here for sure. Trailing big already, and that defense giving it their best, but they're just not stopping Space Coast right now. Panther Bowl, as I'm calling it right now, Space Coast with a solid lead, 27-0, thanks to the big run by Jackson Plecky. The 45-yard touchdown run on the first play of the second half. Kicker laces him up, gets set to kick it away. Definitely advised. Number 34 to kick, Troy Smith. So here we go, Smith to kick it away here. And Troy Smith boots rolling squib kick there, scooped up by number 55 for Eustis, trying to get around the corner. Now he's going to try and reverse field, running farther and farther backwards, and that is going to cost him. Eustis will take over first down and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Got to score on this drive. So now here we go. Eustis' first drive of the second half. First down and 10 at their own 31. Here we go. First down and 10. Eustis at their own 31, trailing by 27 here to start the second half. Quarterback number 7. He turns, gives their number 8, trying to get around the edge. Number 8 getting run down. There's a flag down. I believe that'll be holding, so the solid run on first will come back here. Yeah, there'll be a hold on Eustis, so that one will come back on the hold. Costly holding penalty there for him, as they actually did get a solid gain there. So that'll back them up all the way back to their own 21. Second down and or first and 20 for Eustis. And yeah, that penalty does cost him here. First down and 20. Eustis at their own 21-yard line. Here we go, first down and 20. Quarterback going to keep rolling, trying to cut it upfield. He has a gap. Number 3 tries to bounce it outside, cutting in and out. Number 3 with space now down the sideline. Not much space, though, and not enough to get any farther. But that is a solid gain there of about 10, I would say. Second down and 10 coming up now for Eustis. So now second down and 12 for Eustis back at their own 29-yard line. Gain of 8 there on the carry by number 3. Here they go. They're going to try and run there, but that's going to be brought down. Tackle for loss there by the Space Coast defense. Number 35 in there, Weston Mullins. And that'll bring up third down and long. Third and 16 coming up for Eustis at their own 25-yard line. Got to get to the 41. Here in the second half, Space Coast leading at 27-0. Caleb guesses power right here. Third down. Number 7 under center. Third down and 16. He's going to give here, running the right side, and brought down immediately for a loss. Fourth down and long for Eustis. They've gone for it all day. I don't expect them to stop here, although it is fourth and long. Whistles here, and that'll be a timeout Eustis, their first of the half. It'll be fourth down and 17 for Eustis at their own 24. And the lead for Space Coast eclipses 28 points. Is a running clock only stopping for player injuries or coach timeouts. So we could get that if Space Coast were to score again. But, you know, Eustis does have 4th and 17 here, but they are deep in their own territory at their own 24. But yeah, they haven't punted all day, so I don't expect them to start now. Especially with the timeout being called. So here we go, 4th down and 17. Eustis at their own 24. Definitely need this conversion. Here they go, 4th down. I believe number 7 under center. No, it's number 3. Ball on the ground. Eustis will pick it up, but it won't matter. That is a turnover on downs. Flag down after the play, though. Hold on. Hold the phone here. He was initially stopped. We got a flag on the play after the play. So Space Coast will take over on downs. Flag looks to be on Eustis. Flag is unsportsmanlike conduct on Eustis. That one will hurt. That's 15 yards to put Space Coast starting in the red zone.
Good job by the referee kind of telling coach, listen, this is what he did. How about you just take the action?
But the 15-yard action will be putting Space Coast right on the verge of goal to go inside the red zone. 1st and 10. Space Coast at the Eustis 11. Or actually inside the 10. Nope, it is at the 11. 1st down and 10. Space Coast at the Eustis 11 here. First down and 10. Jackson Plecky throwing, has a man open, turning it upfield, trying to get up. But he's brought down there by number 8. Reception there was Tucker Baton. He got one of their conversions earlier in for the score. That'll be a solid gain, or a short gain of about 3 or 4. That'll bring up a 2nd and 7. 2nd and 7, Space Coast at the Eustis 8. Plecky drops, surveying, and a throw the underneath route. That one nearly intercepted, dangerous throw. And now, hey, Eustis starting to get a stop going here. 3rd down and 8, or 3rd and 7 for Space Coast from the Eustis 8-yard line. Third and 7 for Eustis, or for Space Coast at the Eustis 7. Throwing over the middle, coming down for the catch, and it is incomplete off the ground. That one just a low throw, trying to slide down to get it was Baton. They don't get it. Now it's 4th down and 8. And for the first time today, Eustis looking to get a stop. Right in the time of the game where they would need it. 4th down and 7. I mean, it's pretty much seems like a 4th and goal. I guess you could technically get a first down at like the inches yard line. 4th and 7 here for Eustis. Plecky under center. I formation. Plecky turns, gives, number 28. Trying to bounce upside, cutting up field, and on 4th down and 7, they still won't be stopped as Delvin Smith cuts it upfield for the 7 or the 8-yard Space Coast Panthers touchdown. Smith found the gap, cut it upfield, and on the 4th down, they still won't be stopped. Now 33-0 the lead now for Space Coast. They try and extend it here with their 1-point conversion. And that will mean we have a running clock for the rest of this one. Only clock stoppages are for player injuries and coach timeouts, so incomplete pass or whatever. The extra point is good. Solid run there right up the middle to get it. And now with that, it's a 34-0 Space Coast Panthers lead. And a big game by these undefeated 10U Panthers as they look to stay undefeated on the day and on the season. As, man, Space Coast, all levels have come out swinging today. And they'll cap it off with 12U after this. Counting down, Caleb Brown will be on the call. Well, Space Coast is ready to kick. Eustis isn't ready to receive. Yeah, like shout out to our sponsors once again. Are bringing you all these great games today. Trey's Ice, Holy Smokes, K-Ball Construction Group, and Freedom Air and Plumbing. As here's the kick return there, picked up by Eustis, and they're gonna get brought down. They have 1st down and 10 now for Eustis at their own 48. First down, Eustis. Yeah, their sole goal the rest of this game, get points on the board. Don't go out with a shutout. Yeah, that's the sole goal in my opinion. It's not nothing. Games are never over in youth football, man. I mean, running clock or not, you can still come back. Just got to get some offense going. Their defense has got to finally stop Space Coast. They were 1 play away there, but Space Coast pulled through for the touchdown. 1st down. Eustis at their own 48. Don't know the time or the quarter. I believe it is probably still the 3rd quarter. But scoreboard is not working, so we just know it's a running clock in the 2nd half. Won't be too much longer. The only possible time could be 20 minutes. And I know we've taken away some of that, so we will see. 1st down and 10, Eustis at their own 48. Quarterback number 7 turns, gives number 8 on the carry, getting around the edge. Flag down, that will be a hold on the play. So this one will come back, and whenever Eustis seems to be able to get yards, a hold just derails the drive, and that has just been the story of this one for their offense. Hate to see it for them. There is the hold on Eustis, so that'll back him up for will most likely be a 1st and 20. So now that backs them up to their own 36. That's a big penalty. 1st down and long for Eustis. Yeah, this is a 1st and a trip back to Eustis. I want to say officially about 23. 1st down and long for Eustis back at their own 36. And we got whistles and another flag. Throw to the wide open man. Good throw. Still running. doesn't matter. So that'll be a false start. That'll back them up even more. First and longer. Now you got a first and a round trip to Eustis and back. Now they're back at their own 31. Officially first and 26, I believe. Well, at least they got 4 downs to get there, but doesn't make it much better. First and 26 now for Eustis at their own 31. Quarterback number 7 drops, turns, gives number 8. Trick play, throwing it over the top, and he had his man. Number 13, it's overthrown, incomplete. I like the trick play. Number 7 gives number 8. Looking like a jet sweep. He drops back to throw. Had a man open, overthrows him. It's almost, in youth football, you want to see a quarterback, if they're going to miss a pass, overthrowing is better than underthrowing because shows you got someone who can throw that football pretty dang far. But still incomplete. Second down and 26 now for Eustis. Second down and 26 for Eustis. Back at their own 31. As they're going to roll out right here. Number 8 again to throw. Same pass. High. Tipped and incomplete. Knocked away by Delvin Smith. Now third and 26 for Eustis. And this has been their issue. A penalty kills the drive, and then they just start to go backwards. That's what's killed them in this one. Along with a potent Space Coast offense being hard to stop. Third and 26. Eustis back at their own 31. So here we go. Third down and 26. Eustis at their own 31. Third down and 26. Quarterback rolling to the near side. He's going to take off on the bootleg scramble. Getting to the outside. Good blocks. Number 7, he cuts back. Breaking tackles. Number 7 still going. And, well, on a third and 26, he gets as much as he's going to be able to get there. And that's a good gain. Fourth and 8. That's a gain of 18 on the carry. Fourth down and 8. Or they're going to call it 4th and 7. Eustis at the Space Coast 49. It's been the biggest play of the day there by Eustis. Gain of 19. 4th down and 7. Eustis at the Space Coast 49. Now they got a chance. It's 4th and manageable at least. So here we go. 4th down and 7. Eustis at the Space Coast 49. Can the Eustis Panthers pick up a much-needed first down here and convert which was once a 3rd and 26? Quarterback number 7 turns. Just gives it number 8. He's going to try and get around the edge. The blitz is coming, though, strong. And he's stopped for a big loss by number 21, Corey Stokes. And that'll be yet another turnover on downs forced by the Space Coast Panthers defense. First down, Space Coast. First down, Space Coast. They'll start at the Eustis 46-yard line, leading it 34-0. And a huge outing by the 10U squad. As we'll get set here. First down and 10. Space Coast to the Eustis 46. I formation here for Space Coast. Quarterback turns, gives up the middle. There's number 7. Number 7 cuts it upfield. One man to beat, and he beats him right down the middle. The whole defense in pursuit. In a foot race, he's gone. First play of the drive, number 7, Aiden Weaver for the 41-yard Space Coast touchdown. And the Panthers of Space Coast are not done scoring yet. And it seems like at this point they're just scoring at will. If they want to score, they will. So here we go on the conversion now, 40-0. Space Coast leads. Going for the conversion here. They stay in I formation. Weaver looking to put him up by 41. Nope, they move Weaver out. Man in motion. They'll give to him on the jet sweep, running around the edge, and he walks it in untouched for the one-point conversion. Tracy Boother with the conversion. With that, Space Coast leads here in the second half, 41-0. And a huge 10U outing. I thank our sponsors again. Trey's Ice, Holy Smokes, K-Ball Construction Group, and Freedom Air and Plumbing. Thanks to them for bringing you all the games that you're seeing here today. So here we go. Space Coast will kick off again from their own 40. I can't imagine there's much time left in this one. Running clock, second half. Don't have the time. It's being kept on the field, so I don't know how much time we have left. But again, can't be much. Space Coast will kick off from their own 40. Leading big in this one. And there's the kick. Number 82 boots away Matthew Gibson. And this one will be grabbed by number 7, and he gets taken out by his own man, who got thrown back into him. Number 7 on the return gets taken down there. First down, Eustis at their own 35. Timeout Space Coast here. In either the third or the fourth quarter. One of only two things that'll stop the running clock is a coach timeout, and that's what we have here. It's 41-0. Space Coast leads Eustis. Eustis has first and 10 at their own 36-yard line. Here we go. Coming out of the timeout here, it'll be first down and 10. Eustis at their own 36-yard line. First down for Eustis coming up. Late in this one. Running clock, they trail big. Again, Eustis, their only goal right now, get some points on the board if you can. All right, so I will turn it over to Caleb Brown for the rest of this one, and he will carry you the rest of the day through the end of 10U and 12U. Over to Caleb Brown here for the rest of this one.
Jackson out to go take care of some other business now. And there's a number 8 on the carry. And a timeout call by Space Coast. So here we go. What an explosive performance today by this 10U squad. Absolutely amazing performance. I think Space Coast is trying to score one more time. That's why they're calling the timeouts. Number 7 is going to carry it himself, coming near side. He found a gap, and he will be brought down. And that will be enough for a Eustis Panther first down. One more play. So I'm going to assume coach is saying that there's one last final second. All right, so here we go. Quite possibly the final play. If I understood what coach was saying correctly. And I very well could be wrong. Won't be the first time, won't be the last time. Quarterback drops back, fires, and it's going to be incomplete. And that's the ball game, folks. So the 10U continue the winning streak on the day as the Space Coast Panthers go to 3-0 on the day. And keep it right here. We're going to end this broadcast, come back with 12U action right here on the Brevard Sports Network.